So, this is the sequel to Master of Orion, huh?
Could have fooled me. It doesn't exactly resemble MOO, does it?
Not in the least. That doesn't stop it from being a great game, though. It's just got weird billing.
Very weird. But you're right, it is a terrific game. In fact, I can't think of much of anything that would have made it much better.
Naked female vampires from space.
Well, that goes without saying, but we've got to stay realistic.
Master of Magic is a strategic resource management and conquest game in a traditional fantasy setting. If it resembles any other game, that game is Civilization.
Right down to the interface. You'll have to balance exploration, research, city growth, resource management, and military tactics. It sounds like a lot to bite off.
And it is, but it's handled so beautifully you hardly notice. It's a large game and takes a long time to play, but you won't regret the time you put into it.
You play the part of a wizard fighting for dominance over the world of Arcanus, and mirror its planar brother. One uncommon feature is the ability to create your own character, much as you would an adventure game or RPG.
Even though Mom is definitely a strategy game, that should help it appeal to fantasy role players and adventurers. Naked female vampires from space would have helped the crossover appeal, too.
That's an unhealthy fixation, and I think you owe it to yourself to seek counseling.
You start off in Master of Magic with one small city and a couple of weak military units. The land around you is blank emptiness, so you'll have to do some exploring. As you wander around, you'll find interesting things like ruins, dungeons, and monster lairs that can be sacked for booty.
But don't let your wanderings distract you from other responsibilities. Your cities need attention, too. Each city produces food, gold, and production points. Food and gold have obvious uses, and production points are used to build military units and buildings. The city system is very reminiscent of, what game did you compare MOM to?
Pacific Strike?
Spell research is the backbone of Master of Magic. Without spells, all the other wizards would make fun of you.
And then kill you. The spells you can research vary depending on what schools of magic you chose when you made your character, but there's a wide variety of attack and defensive spells to choose from.
As you expand your territory and gain wealth and prestige, you'll encounter heroes who will offer to join your cause. These characters often have impressive combat abilities, or have the ability to cast spells during combat.
The heroes are another point of crossover appeal. The more you use them, the more experience they gain, which raises their abilities. You can actually get attached to them. I haven't found any female vampiric types, but I haven't given up hope. To power your magic, you need mana. You can find it through exploration, or generate it with appropriate buildings, but the most plentiful sources of mana are nodes. Take it away, Don Pardo!
Nodes are naturally occurring wellsprings of mana, which you must gain control of. Most of them are guarded by monsters, so you'll have to clear them out first. Then you summon a magic spirit to meld with the node, transferring its power to you. Since everybody wants them, nodes are sources of great conflict between wizards.
Just in case one world to explore and conquer wasn't enough, Master of Magic gives you two of them. By means of planar travel, you are able to explore the shadowy realms of Mirror, a strange plane populated by strange beasts, powerful magic, and hordes of naked female...
And now back to reality. Mirror is a realm that no would-be supreme wizard can afford to ignore. Magic is more prevalent in Mirror, and the nodes there yield far more power than those found on Arcanus. Although the mundane plane is still important, he who controls Mirror is destined to win the game. One area of gameplay that has been greatly improved over any other microprose strategy game is combat. Opposing forces in MOM meet in this semi-3D perspective.
And what a perspective it is. The display is both attractive and very functional. The animation for spells and ranged attacks is especially nice, and combat has a good tactical feel to it. I hope Microprose continues to use this system in the future.
So, Master of Magic is good.
Amazingly good. Great, even.
I agree. Fans of previous MPS strategy games owe it to themselves to play this outstanding title.
All seriousness aside, Mom is one of the best strategy games I've ever played. This is the type of game Microprose built their reputation on, a true classic to be. You know where I'm going with this. Come on, say it with me.
Well, okay, but just this once. It's not healthy, you know.
Master of Magic is more fun than a barrel full of naked female vampires from space.